Hello, good morning all. Today in this video we are going to discuss regarding the common ORM methods in Odoo. So already we have discussed different ORM methods like create, write, delete, copy, name, get, name search in the different videos, but there is no video summing up all the ORM methods, and there are some methods that we haven't discussed yet like browse, copy, uh, fields we get, search, read, search count, etc. So we'll be discussing all the ORM methods in the video. So let's see. So currently in the screen you are seeing Odoo version 12 community edition, and the ORM methods are common in all Odoo versions. In the latest version there is some few more ORM methods like create, multi, etc. So we will be discussing based on Odoo 12. So it will be applicable for all the Odoo versions. So let's start with the search method. So first of all, for explaining this video, I'll be using our module, that is OM Hospital. So yet if you haven't got this module, you can just download it from the Odoo App Store, or you can just get it from our GitHub repository called Development Tutorials. So you can see in the database I have already installed the hospital module. So if I go to the hospital menu and then to the appointments, here we can see we have got a confirm button. I'll be using this confirm button for illustrating purpose. That is, I have to execute some function. That is, I have to execute some Python codes. So for executing this Python code, I'll be using the button action for triggering it. So first of all, I'll be activating the debug mode. So once I have activated the debug mode, so currently I have activated the debug mode using the debug mode extension that I have installed. So you can just activate the debug mode by going into the settings, and from the settings you can activate the debug mode. So I'll be coming back to the hospital and then to the appointments. So if I switch to the tree view and if I open any of the draft records, we are getting the confirm button. So here you can see in the URL the corresponding model is hospital.appointment and the button action. So if I place the mouse over the button, you can see the method that triggered on clicking the button is action underscore confirm. So let's go to the PyCharm, and if I take the corresponding module, so I'll be going into the OM hospital, and if I go to the models folder, and here we have got appointment.py file. So in the URL you can see the model is hospital.appointment. I have taken the corresponding model in the code, that is hospital.appointment, and here we have got a function called action confirm. So what I will do is that I'll be commenting the current code and I'll be adding the new codes here. So first of all, we have got different OR methods, like I have noted it down here for not forgetting to explain in the video. Like we have got search, rough, browse, exist, create, write, copy, unlink, default get, search count, name get, name search, filtered, pseudo with context, etc. So we will be starting with the first one, that is search method. So let's see how we can search inside the Odoo database. So I'll be adding the code here. So first of all, take a case where you have to search inside the database table. Suppose if I go to the UI and if I duplicate this tab, so I'll be keeping this tab to execute the function. So if I go here, we have got different tables, that is patients. So if I remove this default filter, here you can see we have got around 11 patients inside the database. So take a case where you need to fetch all the patients inside the database. So here you can see the model name is hospital.patient. So I'm repeating, we can get the model name either from the URL, or if you click on the debugger button and if you click on edit view list or edit form view or edit content view as per the criteria, you can click on edit view list. Here you can see the model is hospital.patient. So I'll be copying the model name. So let's take, we are going to discuss about the search method. So let's see how we can search inside the database. So if I go to the PyCharm and here self.env, so you have to initialize the environment self.env model name. So I have given the model name, that is self.env model name. So I have to search inside this model search, and you have to add a tuple and list. So currently I have kept the empty domain, that's why empty list here. And if I assign this to a variable, that is patients equal to, so let me print this, I'll be getting all the patient records inside the database. So I'll be printing like this, patients, and before here I will be adding a comment to the code, that is Odoo search method. So it will be useful for you to understand. So I'm going to explain Odoo search method, and I'm searching inside the model hospital.patient with .search off, and I'm printing the search value here. So let's see, I'll be restarting the service as I have made changes inside the Python file. Now I will go to the browser, and if I click on the confirm button. So on clicking the confirm button, our method will be getting executed. Here you can see the patients. So here you can see we are getting 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we are getting all the records that we are seeing here. So here you can see in the list of patients we have around 11 records, and after the search method we are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think all the records are getting here. If there is some search criteria, like right now we are searching with an empty domain, so if you need to search some based on particular condition, like if I go to the browser, here you can see we have got different genders. So here you can see we have got either male or female. So let's take a case where you have to take only the males from this list. Here you can see we are on all the records are male. So I'll be creating some female patients. So female, I'll be naming as female itself, and I'll change the gender to female, and I'll be giving a name of age as 15, and I'll be creating records. So currently I have got around 12 records, and instead of inside that 12 record, one is female and another 11 is male. So let's take a case you have to search the females only. So let's see how we can do that. So in that case you can use search itself, and inside the search you can pass some domain. So I'll be copying this line itself, Control C, and I'll be pasting it here. So I'll be changing the field value as, instead of patients, I'll give the variable name as female patients, and inside this you can specify the domain. So I'll be giving the domain as gender equal to, I'll be explaining it, don't worry, gender equal to female. And if I print this, you can see the difference. So if I print patients, print female patients equal to, so what I have done is I'm searching inside the same model, self.env hospital.patient.search. The difference between the first and the second condition is, here we have passed an empty domain. There is no domain. That means we will be searching inside without any conditions. We are searching inside this database table. So in the second line, that is when I am searching for the female patients, here can see I have already condition, that is gender equal to female. So gender is the field name. So if I come to the UI and if I open the record, and if I place the mouse over the corresponding field, you can see the technical name of the field is gender itself, and the selection value you can see for the female, the key is FE underscore male. So that's what I have given, that is gender equal to FE male, that is I have given here. So let's restart the service and see what happens if I click on the confirm button again. So I'll be clicking the confirm button, and if I come back to the here we have got an error message, that is invalid leave. So here you can see there is, I have forgot to add the comma here, that is gender equal to, I think everything is correct now. So I'll be restarting the service once again. So the service has been got restarted. Now I'll be going into the UI once again. Here we will be getting the same error, that is invalid leave. I'll be closing that, and I'll be clicking the confirm button again, and here you can see when we search for the patients we are getting all the records, that is the 13 is inside this. But when we search for the female patients, we are getting only a single record, that is hospital.patient of 13. 13 is the ID of the only female record. So if I go to the UI and if I filter, or sorry, I'll be keeping it as it here. I will be going here. You can see the ID of the patient is 13. Here you can see in the URL ID is 13. That's what we are getting here. That is the only female record in the database is hospital.patient of 13. That is the record with ID 13 is the female patient. And if I search, suppose if I need to get a female or male filter, what I can do, I can change the search criteria. That here instead of female I have to search for male. So if I go to the UI and if I place the mouse over the corresponding field, you can see the key of the male field is male itself. So I'll be searching like this, that is self.env hospital.patient gender equal to male. So instead of giving the variable name male, I will be giving male patients, and I'll be printing this, print male patients equal to the field name. So that I have done. I'll be restarting the service. So don't forget to restart the service once you make changes inside the Python codes. So that's done. Now I'll be going into the UI and I'll be clicking the action once more. And if I come back here, you can see total we have around 11 records, and out of that we have one female record and we have got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 11, around 11 records are males. So let me add one more female record and see what we get. So I'll be going into the UI, and from here I'll be adding new one, ABC female. I'll be adding like this, ABC female. I'll change the gender to female, and I'll be adding the age as, oh, you cannot give the age as negative value. I'll be giving the age as 40. So what I have done is I have added one more female record. So once I trigger the clicking the confirm button, I have to get two female records. So I'll be deleting the logs, and I'll go to the UI and I'll click on the confirm button, and I'll come back here. You can see the patient, that female patient is got increased. That is 13 and 14 are patients, female patients, and you can see the same is not coming inside the male patients. So this is how we can work with the search condition, and this is a simple search. So let's take a case where you have to search based on multiple conditions. So what multiple condition that we can add, here you can see we have got age. Suppose we have to filter the age also, like age greater than 10 or age greater than 50. So we can just go through how we can give multiple condition. That is, here you can see the field name of the age is patient underscore age in the pop-up, that is in the help tooltip. You can see the field is patient underscore age. So the technical name of the field is patient age. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to search the female patients. So I have forgot, that is appointment form. I'll be explaining here. So if I click on age field here, the same here, the technical name of the field is patient age. So what I'm going to search is patient with age above 30 and female. So if I come to the PyCharm, and I'll be adding one more search condition. So you can just simply copy, put a comma, paste it. So instead of gender, I have to search inside the field patient age. Patient age, I'll be moving into the next line. Patient age equal to, or I will giving like greater than or equal to what value. I need to get those female patients age above 30. So female patients age above 30, I'll be adding a good string. It will be understandable for you. So what I have done is I am searching now based on multiple condition, that is gender is female and those age is 30. So let's see what happens. So once we give a simple condition that gender equal to female, we got two records, that is 13 and 14. Now we have added one more condition, that is patient age. That is, we are not only considering gender, we also need to consider the age also. That is, age must be greater than 30, greater than or equal to 30. So I'll be restarting the service once again. Now I'll be going into the UI, and we have to click on confirm button here for triggering the corresponding method. So I'll be clicking the confirm button, and if I come back here, you can see the female patient's age above 30 is only 40. So, and you can see if I go to the female, you can see this record we are getting in response to this record, that is ID 40, that is her age is 30. So let me change it to 24. So once I change the age, we should not get this record again, it should be empty. So I'll be deleting this one, and I'll be clicking the button once again. Here you can see female patient is age above 30 is empty. So that is, there is no records matching the given criteria. So if I change the age back to 35, which is above 30, we will be getting this record. I'll be clicking the button once again. So here you can see the female patient's age above 30 is 14. So if you did like give like this, it will give the result as AND operator, that is the condition matching both cases, that is it must be gender female and age must be above 30. Suppose if I need another criteria, that is we have to search either gender female or patient age above 30. So let's see how we can give OR condition. So I'll be adding the condition search with, and next I will be dealing with the search with OR operation. Control C, and I'll be pasting it here. Search with OR. So right now we have search with AND condition, that is gender must be female and age must be 30, must be greater than 30. Now let's see how we can search like either gender must be female or age must be greater than 30. So simply in that case we can add a notation like this here, that is it must work like or, that is either, that is condition is either it must be female or either age greater than 30. So let's print this patients. I'll be changing the variable as female patients or, and I'll be printing the value that we are getting. Print, and I'll be restarting the service once again. So we are having two conditions, one with and one with another or. This is the or notation. So let's go to the UI and click the confirm button. And if you check the log, here you can see female patients or condition we are getting two records, that is 13 and 14. Because 13 is also female, that's why we are getting the or condition. So I think you have got enough idea about the search or method. Now let's move into the next method, that is search count. So if you have any queries or suggestions regarding the search method, you can just drop a comment to know. If you need to know more about the search method, you can just add a comment here so that we will be replying you without no time. So let's go to the search count method. So I'll be adding Odoo search count. So this is the another method to return the number of, I'll be showing you, that will be better for you. So I'll be copying the same condition and I'll be pasting here. Instead of search, I'll be giving a search count, and I'll be updating the variable name as patient count. Patient count equal to self.env hospital.patient search count of 0. So let me print the value and see what we are getting inside. So print patient count is, I'll be printing it. So if I restart the service, so don't forget to restart the service once you have made changes inside the Python code. So what I have done is, we are going to discuss about the search count method in Odoo, or a method patient count equal to self.env hospital.appatient. This is the model name, and search count of with an empty domain. So let's go to the UI and click the confirm button. So here you can see it says that we have around 13 records in the database. So if I go to the tree view and if I remove this filter, you can see we are getting 13. This is the total count of patients. So let me remove one patient. So I'll be clicking the delete button. So I have deleted one record. So right now we have only 12 records in the database. So if I click on confirm button now, if you check the log, you can see the patient count has been decreased to 12. Earlier when we have clicked, it was 13, and right now it has been decreased to 12. So it will be returning the count of the matching records in the database. So if I print this, suppose here we have printed the patients. So if I copy this condition, and we can give condition inside the search count also. Inside the search count also we can pass the domains, and let me print this variable and see what we are getting. Or count, let me print this. So simply the search count method will be returning the number of records matching the given criteria. So I'll be going here and I'll be clicking the confirm button once again, and here you can see the female patients count, that is 2. So that is we are having 2 records in the database which matches this condition. So that's all about the search count method. So we already have covered search method and search count. Now we will be going into the browse method. So here you can see we have discussed search, and let's go to the reference. So we will be going in this order so that we won't be forgetting anyone. So we'll be going into the reference. So reference will be used when I'll be searching inside the Odoo code itself. So here you can see I'm going to search inside the Odoo source code, find in path, and if you search for self.env rough, you can see it will be help us to get the record using its external ID. So here you can see its usage in different files like self.env rough. So I'll be copying this one, self.env. So we are going to discuss about the reference method rough in Odoo. So I'll be pasting the code here, self.env rough. Suppose there might be some data which has been loaded into the database from the data files, like even we have loaded different data. If I go to the data.xml file, here you can see we have created a patient called Odoo mates from the code, that is its external ID will be patient underscore xyz. So if I go to the UI and if I take the patient named Odomates, and if I click on the debugger button to get its external ID, I'll be clicking on the view metadata option. So here you can see its XML ID, that is module name dot its record name patient XYZ, which I have given here. Suppose if you need to reference this record, in some case, what I can say as an example, so just assume an example, we have to get this record's ID based on its external ID. So we have just simply added this record from the code, and now there is a case where we have to get this record. So in that case, you can give like this patient, you can give like this external ID module name dot external ID. So our module name is OM Hospital copy. So once we give like this, we will be getting the corresponding record. That is, we can reference to a record using its external ID self.env of its external ID. So the external ID you can get it from click on debugger button, click on view metadata, and here you can see OM hospital.patient XYZ. So simply I will be copying this and I will be pasting it here. It will be same as what we have entered, that is module name, that is OM hospital dot record name, that is patient XYZ. So right now if I print this one, that is if I go to the appointment.py file, so if I print this, I'll be assigning OM patient. I'll be giving the variable name as OM patient equal to this one. If I print this, I'll be getting a record of patient. So this is how we can use the reference method. So I'll be restarting the service. So this is what I have to explain about the reference method. So let's trigger the button once again. I'll be going into the appointments. If I click on confirm button, you can see OM patient, you can see hospital patient of 1. You will be getting the record, that is a record object of the corresponding external ID. If I come here, you can see the ID is database ID of this external ID is 1. If I let's verify it here, you can see in the URL, if you check the URL, you can see the ID of the patient is 1 itself, and either you can see it from here also, view metadata ID is 1. So this is how we can use the reference method. So I think I'm not much clear with what I have explained in the reference method, but still it will be useful for you in while you are coming on the new tasks. So we have defined a reference method. So that's all about that reference ref. And what next? We have got browse. Suppose if we have an ID of a record, like suppose if I have the ID from here, we are getting hospital.patient, and from this if I need to get its ID, I can simply put .id. So if I put ompatient.id, I'll be getting the ID of the record. Instead of a record set, we will be getting the just ID. So if I click the confirm button now, so right now I have clicked the confirm button, you can see we are getting ID. In some cases we will have only the ID of the record in our hand. In that case we have to get the record set. That is, if I have the ID 1, I know I have the ID 1, I have to get its record set, that is hospital patient of 1. So in that case we can use the browse method. So simply self.env, we have to specify the model name, that is model name is hospital.patient. I'll be copying this, you can paste it here, and here there is a typo mistake, self.env hospital.patient of browse, and inside the browse you can give the ID. So currently we have ompatient.id, so I'll be simply passing the 1, and if I print browse result equal to, and if I print this, print, put some dots, and if I print the variable, and let's see what happens. So what I have done is self.model name browse of, I have passed the ID. So let me clear the log, and if I click on the confirm button now, and if I come back to the log, here you can see browse result is what we have passed is 1, and we have returned hospital.patient of 1. And if I pass 2, and if I remove the log, and if I click the confirm button, you will be getting hospital.patient of 2. So what happens if I need to get 2 and 1 together? I think we cannot give like this, so just try and see what happens. So I'll be clicking the confirm button now. Most probably we will be getting error. We have to pass it as a list. Int object is not subscriptable. I think we cannot pass multiple condition like this. Anyway, still let me try with the list 2, 1, browse of list, and if I click the confirm button. Yeah, if you have multiple conditions to search, that is multiple records to browse, you have to give it inside a list, that is list of 2 comma 1. And if you have to only simply search a single record, you can simply give browse of 2. So once you give like this, you will be getting the record set of the corresponding ID. So this is what I have to explain regarding the browse method. So simply you can browse it. So let's see what happens if I give a non-existing record ID. So if you check here, we have got around, if I go here in the database, we have around 12 records. So let me give a non-existing ID inside the, so I know we don't have a record with ID 200 inside the database, so I will be passing a non-existing record ID and see what we are getting. So I have passed 200, which is not existing inside the database. And if I come to the UI and if I click on the confirm button from here, if I click on the confirm button, you can see it's still returning, but there is no record with this ID inside the database. So it returns like hospital.patient of 200. But if you check here, if I go here and if you open this record, and if I need to open the record with 200, you can simply, but there is no record. You can ensure it by filtering ID is 200. So if I filter the ID is 200, it will be empty, but still the browse method is returning an object. So to check and ensure whether the record is existing or not, you can use this ORM method, that is exist. So I'll be explaining the next ORM method, that is exist. So I'll be copying it from here, and where our function is, I'll be using checking if browse.result exists. So what the exist OR method check? It will check whether such a record is there inside the database or not. If I print here, let's me add some print statement existing if record, that is inside the browse result variable we have the search result, and I'll be using exist method to check whether it is existing or not. If it is existing, it will be printing existing, else non-existing record, I'll be printing a big no. And let's see, most probably we will be getting the else part, that is exist will search whether the record is existing inside the database or not, and in this case we will be getting no. So let's confirm that. I'll be going into the UI and I'll be hitting the confirm button, and if you check here, you can see you are getting no, that is this record is not existing inside the database. And let me change it to back to 2, that is an existing record, and let's see what happens. I'll be clicking the confirm button. Oh, still it's coming as no. Oh, what happens? System, why should let me check whether there is anything gone wrong. If I search exists, exist. Sure, let me check whether there is a record with ID2 in the database. So if I go to the patients and if I search for the record with ID2, might be I have created and deleted. Let me check here. So if I print 2, you can see there is no record with ID2. That's why we got again no. So let's take an existing ID. So I'll be clicking test 2. So here you can see the ID is 12 in the URL, or you can get the ID from view metadata. So let's try with the ID 12. So instead of 2, I'll be giving 12 here, that is browse of 12. So I'll be clearing the log. Right now I think we will be getting the existing. So I'll be going into the browser, and if I click on the confirm button, you can see hospital.patient of 12 is existing inside the database. So this is the use of exist ORM method. So what we have discussed so far is we have discussed search, search count, reference, browse, and exist. Browse and exist. So let me add some browse, and here we have tested the exist. So instead of searching like this, you can achieve the same functionality, that is same browse functionality can be achieved using the search method also. Like if you need to write a same search method of this, you can simply write like this: self.env model name dot search. I can add condition search. I need to search the ID equal to 12. both will be having the same functionality. So what this does is, if the record, that is browse, will browse for this or id record with id 12, same condition. You can see the both I have written two condition, one with browse and one with the search. That is, here using search I am searching for the record with id 12, and using browse I am directly browsing. The only difference is that if the record is not existing, the search method will return false, but if you are using browse method, we have to use exists to ensure that. So I'll be commenting the first browse method, and let me do one thing. I'll be commenting these codes, and let's see what browse result, that is search method, returns if we give a wrong non-existing id. So in this case we are passing the id 200 inside the search method, it will give us a false. So if I click on confirm button now, if I check the log, you can see browse result, it's returning empty record set, but in the browse method it is coming as a record set. So that's the difference between the browse and search. So I'll be uncommenting the codes. So I think so far you are understanding the search count, reference, browse and exist. Now we will be moving into the next methods, that is create, write, copy and undo. So we already have discussed it here in the same file itself. You can see this is the create method. So this is, I think we have explained how to override the existing method like create and write, but let's see how some create methods and write method can be used. So I'll be removing the print statement that I have already added, or I'll kept it as commented. Print don't worry, I'll be adding this code to the Odoo apps or to the GitHub, so you can just get it from there. So I'll be commenting the print statements that we have added, else our log will be too long to understand. So what I have done is I have commented the codes that we have added so far, and now we will be going to discuss about the next method, that is about the create ORM method. Create, write, copy and delete. Suppose first of all I will be starting with a create record, how the create is working. So suppose if I on clicking the confirm button, I'll be, let's see how we can. So I'll be explaining self.env hospital.patient. So take a case where we have to create a record from the code. So in that case we can use the create ORM method. Create of, you have to pass a dictionary to the create method. So I'll be creating a dictionary named vowels here. So simply what I have done, we are going to explain regarding the create ORM method. So I'm going to create a new record inside the table hospital.patient using the create method. To the create method we have to pass a dictionary, so vowels of dictionary. I have to create a dictionary. So I'll be just entering some few data here and I'll be explaining it. So inside the dictionary, you can see in the, if I go to the patient's model, that is we are going to create a new record inside this table, that is hospital.patient. And let's see what all fields are required by fields here. You can see we have required field, that is patient underscore name. So if I place the mouse over here in the tooltip, you can see the technical name of the field is patient name. So I think only required field here is patient name. So instead of giving name here as key, I'll be giving patient name, and I'll be giving the name as PPP. I'll be giving it so I have created a small dictionary here with only one key, that is patient name, and this vowels, that is this dictionary is passed to the create method. So let's see what happens now. So I'll be restarting the service. Now before clicking the confirm button from here, let's ensure how much records we have in the database currently. So currently we have record 12 records in the database, and you can see the name, there is no record with the name PPP. So let's click on confirm button. So confirm button is executed and there is no errors in the log. And if I come here, currently we have 12 records, and if I come back here, you can see one more record, that is PPP are got created. So here you can see we have successfully created the record from the code. So if I click it once more, if I click on the confirm button again, it will be creating a new record. So you can see its count is 14, and if I click on once again, it will be 15. You can see 15. 3 PRR records has been got created. So this is how we can create a record from the code. So right now we have only assigned the name. If I need to assign more values, like if I need to set email, here you can see we have got a field called email and its technical name is email ID. So if I need to set the field name, that is email value, email ID. I can add it to the dictionary. Email ID, I'll be adding the email as odomates@gmail.com. So like this I can set the more values, like I have added email ID. And if I need to add more value, contact number, if I place the mouse over this field, you can see the technical name of the field contact number is name. So I'll be adding the contact number also here, name, and you have to pass a integer, that is 5 or something like that I will be adding. So we have added few more values and I will be restarting the service. So if you check the records that we have already created, here you can see there is no email in all the three records. So I'll be creating one more record by clicking the confirm button. And if I reload or if I go back here, you can see one more record has been got created. And if I click on last record, you can see the email is odomates@gmail.com and contact number is 555, right? Not 555, 555, which we have created here. So this is how you can use the create method. And if I need to get the ID of the created record, I can simply assign it to a variable. Created a record equal to you can see in this variable we will be getting its ID. Print, if I need to print its ID, and I'll be changing its name some another Odoo something like that I'll be giving. So what I have done is I have assigned the created record to a variable and printed it. And let me created record comma dot ID, so that we will be getting its ID also. Dot ID. So if you click dot ID, you will be getting its ID. So I have restarted service. I'll be going into the UI and clicking the confirm button once again. And if I check the log, you can see created record is hospital patient of 19. That's the newly created record is the ID 19. So if I go here and if I change the URL ID to 19, you can see Odoo ERP, which we have given here, has been got created in the database, and its ID is 19, and we have opened it. So this is how we can work with the create method inside the Odoo. So we have discussed the create method. Now we will be moving into the write method. So let's take a case where you have to update an existing record. So here you can see we have already created this record, but its email is empty, contact number is empty, everything is empty. So let's take a case we have to update this record, that is record with ID 50. We have to update it. So first of all we have to get its record set. So I'll be using the browse method. So here is the browse method that we have added. So I'll be copying this. So what I'm doing, showing is that I have to update an existing record. So hospital.patient and browse of 15. So record to update, I'll be giving the value as a record to, the variable name as record to update equal to, I'm browsing this record and I'll be checking whether the record is existing in the database or not using the exist method that we have learned a little bit ago. That is, I'm going to update this record. So you can see this is the record that we have already created and its email is empty, contact number is empty. So let's update it. So I have got the record set using the browse method and I check whether it is existing in the database or not. If it is existing, I have to update its name and its email and contact number. So in the write method also we have to pass its dictionary. So I'll be copying this dictionary vals and I'll be pasting it here. It is, I don't want to update the name, so simply I have to update email ID, that is new mail. I will be changing new email and I will be updating the contact number to 888. So what we have done here is that we have browsed the record with ID 50 using if condition and exist. We ensured that the record existing in the database. If so, we have set the dictionary, that is we have to update email ID to new email@gmail.com and name is the technical name of the contact number, that is 28. Record dot write these values. So let's see what happens. So currently in the record, that is browse 15. So currently in the screen you can see the record with ID 15. The URL you can see the ID is 15 and its contact number and email is empty now. But what happens if I click on the confirm button? I'll be coming back here and if I reload, you You can see the values here, that is contact number is 888 and the email is new email at gmail.com, which we have given here. So this is how you can use the right method. You have to browse the record and you can pass what all field has to be updated. So if I need to update some other value, like if I need to add some registration note here, the technical name of the field is notes. I'll be updating it here. I'll be adding one more field, notes, and I'll be adding the note as please like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be adding the note like this, and I'll be changing the contact number also. Right now it was 8, I'll be moving it to 777. So let's see what happens right now on clicking the confirm button. So right now you can see if I reload the screen, the registration note is empty. It's empty now, and if I click on confirm button, the action will be executed. The code to update the record will be executed, and if I come back here and if I reload the screen, you can see the registration note has been updated with like and subscribe the channel. So we have done with the create method also, sorry, write method also. We have two remaining, that is copy and unlink. Suppose if we have a record that is where is our code, we have a code that is a record to update. If we need to create duplicate, that is, here we have got create button. On clicking the create button, the create is executed, and on clicking the edit, the right method is executed. And here you can see we have got a duplicate button. So on clicking this duplicated, the copy ORM method is getting executed. So let's take a case where we have to filter, or what if I filter here, you can see we have two records. Suppose we have to duplicate this abc.email. Let's see how we can do that. So here you can see the ID is 14. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to duplicate the record with the name ABC email. So first of all, I have to browse it. So I'll be commenting the create method, else it will be a lot of records in the database. I'll be commenting all these codes. I need to browse this record, Control C, else it will be a lot of records in the database. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to copy or duplicate this record. So here you can see its ID is 14. So 14 record to update. Instead of record to update, I'll be giving record to copy. Record to copy, you have to simply call the method copy off. So once you call record to copy, it will duplicate the record. So what I have done here is I am fetching the record with the ID 14 and simply call the copy method. So currently in the database you can see there is only one record with the name ABC email. So once we click the confirm button, it will be 2. So it is executed, and if I reload the screen, you will be having two records with ABC email. So here you can see we have got a duplicated record. So this is how the copy method works. So you understand. I think we don't want more clarification on this one. And if you need some pass value, some values while copying, you can pass it inside. And let's now discuss about the unlink method. So here you can see we have discussed search, rough, browse, exist, create, write, copy, and we will be moving into unlink method. So let's take a case. So if I check the database, here you can see we have got around different records. So take a case, there were the duplication of records. Suppose if I need to delete the record with ID 16, let's delete this record, that is 16. So first of all, you have to browse it. Copy. I'll be browsing the record with ID 16, and you can simply call unlink. So once you call the unlink, the record will be getting deleted. So currently in the database, I'll be commenting this code. Here you can see currently in the database we have got around how much patients. So currently we have got 20 patients in the database. If I reload the screen, 20 patients, and we have got around 4 patients with the name PRR. So one of them, that is the record with the ID, we are going to delete. If I click the confirm button, it will get deleted using the code unlink. So let's come back here. Earlier it was 20, and if I refresh, it will be only 19. If I remove the filter, you can see 19, and PRR has been decreased to 3, and you can see the ID is 15. I'll be passing it also to the unlink method. So instead of 16, now I'll pass 15, and I'll be clicking the confirm button. So the record has to be decreased to 18. Now I will be deleting the record with the ID 18. So I'll be passing the 18 here, and if I restart and if I come back to the tree view, you can see the, if I refresh the remove this, still it's 18. Let me check, its ID is 17 PRR. So let me, I think something went wrong, so let me copy 17, and if I paste 17 here, and if I click the confirm button, it's got executed. And if I come back here, you can see now we have only simple one PRR record. So that's all about this video. I think we can discuss rest of the ORM methods like search count. We have already discussed. We have default get, name search, filtered, and I think filtered, map, sorted we have already discussed in a single video. I think I can add it to the description part of this video. And regarding name search and name get also we have a video, and there is still more like the default get. I'll be discussing in a new video as a continuation to the video. So if you have any doubts or suggestions or feedbacks, you can just drop a comment, and if you have any queries, you can drop us an email to odomates@gmail.com, so that we will be replying you as soon as possible. So that's all about this video. If you like the video, please do click the like button and subscribe to the channel, so that you will be getting notified regarding all the upcoming updates. So that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day.